I'm Deanna.
I'm John.
And this is our best proud Mary.
So this is a former coach out of Richmond, and it was Unit 321. So that's now our address, wherever we go. Come on in. This bus had 34 passenger seats in it with cargo bays all down the sides.
So the first step was to take the seats out.
Yeah.
And there was a wall back in the back there that John moved this
Forward.
way about 4 feet.
Yeah.
Forward about 4 feet so we can fit the motorcycles in the back.
We put an ad on Kijiji that was looking for a salvaged motorhome. Got one reply, and it was a 40-foot Class A, a 2005. It had been written off, and somebody took the motor and transmission out of it, and that was all they needed. Got all of our appliances out of that bus, including our captain's chairs. Allowed that one to swivel. Furnace and the hot water heater we salvaged from that wrecked RV. We got a fresh water tank under the bed and a gray water tank that was molded under the chassis, and luckily it was about the same chassis, so it just fit right in. We did not take the black water tank because we had a debate over that, and we decided to go with a compost toilet. So we got the Nature's Head back there. That was the best move I think we made in that regard, because we're not confined now to blackwater dump stations, sandy stations, and things like that. Everything else we sort of built.
We've got hangers here, and then there's cabinets on each side of the bed that go down and under, and there's a couple of sliding shelves in there. This is our guitar holder, and my daughter bought this for me for Christmas, or for us for Christmas, and it holds our TV so we can lay in bed and watch TV. Looks like that.
So we had a bit of a woodworking shop and a lot of lumber on hand and a lot of cut-offs that we just incorporated into the build, because one thing, we didn't have to buy it, we owned it. Our pots and pans and stuff live in that drawer there. We're constantly finding solutions to every little space we can for every single item. I mean, we've got our fruit basket that hangs. That's a great little invention there. Our sliding doors here.
Made by John.
Yeah, we made all these, and the idea with the sliding doors was that there's no cupboard doors to hit your head on. Found buying things in bulk and keeping them in airtight containers is a pretty good way to go for food storage and things like that. Same thing, we've got a garbage and recycling slide. We've got some inserts for the sink here. This sink came out of the RV as well.
So we got this out of the 40-foot RV as well. It's we paid $2,500 for the whole RV, and this fridge is worth about $4,000 or $5,000, and it's fantastic. It's got 2 big freezers. Nice size fridge.
The fridge here runs off of 110 or propane. We have a 100-liter propane tank that we took salvaged off the RV as well, and with that full, we can go off-grid for about a month at a time, as we have added 550 watts of solar. So we have a moderate sized battery bank, 200 amp hour, just 2 deep cycle batteries. We did make it so we could accept company at some points.
Come on, guys.
If anybody did come visit us, we can fold up our table, which we built out of some nice apple wood we had. The table will fold in. And Deanna made all the upholstery here. She did everything there. So the windows that we decided not to use, we filled in with 1.5" rigid insulation, and we put a 1/2 inch of rigid on the floor, and then a 3/8 plywood subfloor, followed by the vinyl, the glue down floor. So everything about the build was very difficult. It had its challenges. I mean, we were drilling into steel and trying to find framing members of the bus to secure cabinets to, and all these kind of things. We put 3/8 pine strapping down the walls, secured that to the members so we could attach things to those. It's a Cummins engine, so it's a diesel, it's a front engine bus. Cummins with an Allison transmission. So that was one of the reasons we kind of bought this bus. We were looking for a diesel for one thing. And the combination in this unit seemed pretty good. Here we have our inverter controls. So we have a 1500 watt inverter charger. Have a bit of a rainbow step here. We have some fir, some apple, some mahogany for our steps. So right down to the door we got out of the RV that we salvaged. And as I said, we've sold everything along the way that we can't fit in the bus. So one of those things that we no longer had a use for was a four-wheel car that we were dragging around with us. And there was an artist on island here that was in need of a car, and we were in need of a mural, so she did this fantastic artwork along the side with the notes to Proud Mary and everything.
We gave her a list of what we wanted it to represent, and she went home and she spent probably about a week, I think. Yeah. And so we got our Happy Buddha up front here, and then John really likes the trombone, so we got our trombone, saxophone. Thank you, saxophone here. And this, I make gnome doors. That's kind of my thing. So she wanted to kind of honor the gnome door thing. So she painted that. It's not wood. It's it's her wonderful painting. We're all about the sea now and the waves. And then we just put the ramp on, and it's still a work in progress. But my children painted. I conned them with Thanksgiving dinner, turkey dinner, and they came over and that's chalkboard paint.
All kinds of tools and things stored in here, and once we get the motorbikes in, we'll find out what we can keep and what has to go yet. And we've got our power inverter on the wall here. We've got our solar charger with our breakers for the solar, our 110 panel, and then our DC panel is up here for all our 12 volt power. We took these doors off of the other RV, and we had to cut them down to fit on this bus, but we built these boxes underneath, storage boxes before. So that's our hot water heater. Again, very lightly used from that other RV, so it provides us piping hot water. We've got a road scene here with the other two dogs painted on this side on their motorcycles.
These are my babies. This is what I make. My saw there. Gnome doors that I make and sell.
Can sustain us along the road. It has.
They
already.
have.
Why do you live in this bus?
I'm a single mom of 2 kids. Once they left, I had the empty nest syndrome a little bit, I think. And then one day I just had a moment where I realized that I was working at a job that I didn't like to sustain a life that I wasn't happy with. Made this plan and started saving money so that I could buy a van. And then I met John, and he decided to come along too. So we spent, it was probably 3 years, I think, in the making for me. I slowly sold everything that I owned, which was a real struggle to get rid of everything. But I sold it all, sold my house last summer. And so we are now completely committed to this lifestyle. Yeah, we want to travel, we want to meet people, we want to see different cultures.
Well, I suppose the reason we decided to build our own bus, we thought we had the ability.
You thought you had the ability, yeah.
We had all kinds of building materials on hand, and we thought it would be fun. We thought it would be an adventure. Turns out it wasn't always fun.
No.
And it sure was a challenge. We thought ultimately it was going to cost us a heck of a lot more to get what we wanted if we were buying something that was pre-built, I guess.
Which maybe that wasn't completely accurate. the amount of money that we ended up putting into this bus, we probably could have bought a fairly nice motorhome. However, there's a lot to be said about, like, we know where everything is and we know how everything works, and so if it breaks down, we can fix it. We don't have to go to an RV shop.
Part of the reason we did build it was ourselves, is so we
Exactly.
could incorporate things we wanted and get the quality we wanted in some aspects too, and things like the covered doors not opening and hitting you in the head. So that was a big thing.
Would you recommend this type of lifestyle, and what type of people do you think best suit it?
I would absolutely recommend this lifestyle. This is amazing. I don't have bills. I have a cell phone bill. I don't pay for hydro anymore. I don't pay for Wi-Fi. I don't pay for gas. I don't pay my property taxes. I pay for wine. That's quite expensive, actually. So. Yeah, I think it's great, and I'm so excited to hit the road and meet more people. And people are friendly. They come over and they talk to you. They see you in a bus, and they're curious and they come and talk to you, and that's really great. I like that. Yeah, freedom is a big one.
Yeah, just being able to spend time in a place to get to know the people and the place. I mean, we in our old life we would save up all year to go on a holiday for a week or 2 weeks, and
Never really know the place.
you get a couple 3 days in one spot and then you move on, and you don't really ever get to experience it. And I think that's a really good thing to be able for us, that we've been able to do.
And what are some of the challenges that you faced?
Everything. All this challenges every day in this.
We used to cook together. We
Yeah.
would that was a big thing. We would get together and make dinner. There's not really a lot of room for two people to make dinner anymore. So one person has to brush their teeth at a time, and you buy new clothes. You have to get rid of old clothes, and you just can't keep anything anymore, right?
The dampness on the west coast.
Oh,
We
the
found that
dampness.
it was a very wet winter, and come in your clothes, or you're wet, or the dogs are wet, and it's just very hard to dry things out. You don't have a lot of room to do that, so that's for sure one of the challenges I found.
I think people that would fit this lifestyle are the adventurous people that like to be outside their comfort zone.
What kind of advice would you give to somebody that's maybe seen a couple YouTube videos and is thinking about doing a lifestyle like this?
Do it. My advice is do it.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Think twice about building your own. Unless you're quite able, I think. Yeah, it was a challenge, and I've been a builder for more than 20 years. And this was a challenge.
If you have a bus this size, you kind of have to know where you're going and where you're going to stay that night, and those are challenges. The other thing that we found quite difficult is to get people to work on our bus. As soon as we say converted bus, it's just click.
Yeah.
They don't. We were able to find somebody on the island here, but it's not as we needed the propane valve changed, and I don't know how many people we phoned before we found somebody who would come and do it, because as soon as they hear, and he said too, it's a liability issue because you don't know what you're getting if you converted bus is scary for some people.
My life philosophy, boy, I think it's enjoy it. Enjoy every day. Don't waste your days. And don't waste time doing things that you don't enjoy.
My personal philosophy is very similar. Yeah, I've lost some close friends recently, and life is short, and I'm gonna live it, and I'm not gonna worry about retirement. I mean, I worry about retirement a little bit, but it's not gonna be all consuming, and it's gonna work out because it just will. It has to.
I have had a real job here for the last 8 months. The plan is to take on shorter term jobs when we're traveling, travel for 3 or 4 weeks and stay put when we find a place we like and things are working out, and if there's opportunity. I've always been a builder, and I took a building job here, but
Not gonna do it again.
No, I don't think I'll do it again. I think I'll make pizza in the next town or something, which is what Deanna's been doing here. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's great. I I was very pigeonholed in my old job. It was very specific work, and I like it. We built a fence for a lady. I planted some baby apple trees one day. I worked on a farm killing little worms one time, little tree worms. Right now I'm working a little pasta restaurant and I'm making minimum wage, and I love it because people are fun and everybody's happy and it's great. It's, you know, there's just never a bad day. So I like it. I make gnome doors as well, so I sell those. When I first started, I wanted to sell hot dogs on the side of the road, and I think we're still going to try that.
We'll try it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Put the awning out and get a barbecue and see if we can sell
Get
some
the
hot
onions
dogs.
grilling.
Get the
Yeah,
onions
yeah.
grilling, yeah. So, it's going to be a little bit just different. I just want to do different work, I think. Yeah. We're on Instagram, ProudMary321.
Hey everybody, it's Forrest the Filmmaker. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Alternative Dwellings. If you want to see more, playlists are popping up right now where you can watch all of our archived episodes. Or if you want to see new ones, make sure to subscribe because they premiere at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every single Monday. Hope to see you guys there.